Cool guys, today we talk about the box office here. And it seems like it's a pretty okay week again. The end of August is usually always a bunch of very slow weeks and days in the box office. Never really have, great numbers. And usually movies have ungodly amounts of good wigs. Simply because there's nothing releasing. The number one movie is Weapons. It has made $148 million globally and has broken even a while ago as well. It is a massive success, whether if you like horror movies or not, and has made $89 million in 2 weeks, which is very impressive for a movie that's not a part of a franchise, not a sequel, prequel, or reboot. It is a completely original movie, so congratulations for Warner Bros. Once again. Then we have Freaky Friday. Unfortunately, this movie is not a flop as well. There must have been a bunch of millennials who went to go see this movie between the day I talked about how it was doing horribly on Monday and the weekend. I just don't understand how Disney is able to somehow be able to make all these people go see the movies. But again, this movie was a low budget movie, so it was probably bound to make money either way as well. But yeah, I do not know anyone who actually wanted to see this movie. But again, this movie is doing not too good for one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Yeah, they really consider this one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Don't know why. Maybe the original movie has like a cult following or something. You never know of cult followings. They always, overinflate, something's anticipation as well. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Then we have Nobody 2, which isn't really doing too well, especially this 4.9 million international, which could be the end of this franchise altogether, because again, this movie isn't really doing too well. Then we go to Fantastic Four: The First Steps, which is now nearing $510 million globally as well. The movie has dropped another 44%, but again, we were told that Emma Frost's big wigs and Marvel rivals would save Marvel. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. And Fantastic Four: The First Steps did not undo all the failures that the MCU has had over the past 5 years. So yeah. Yeah. Then we have The Bad Guys 2, which has now made $117 million globally. It is an unfortunate failure, but again, the movie didn't really do too well on video. Which again, usually comes to animated sequels, they need to do well on video as well. And also, kids are going back to school, so this will be a very bad bad thing for this movie as well. If this movie released a couple weeks earlier and swapped spaces with the Smurfs, I think this movie would have did way better, because no one cares about the Smurfs anymore. That's just the reality of it. So yeah. But again, there is going to be very little competition for this movie for another month, but I don't think it will keep the movie going for that much longer. Superman is still in theaters and has made nearly $600 million globally as well. Again, not really doing too well internationally, but again, it's doing very well domestically, making $540 million domestically as well. Then we have The Naked Gun, another movie that no one asked for as well. This movie has made $71 million globally as well, and it isn't really doing too well globally. Actually, $32 million globally. It isn't really doing too well globally, but yeah, this movie is not going to make back its money, and hopefully never see The Naked Gun once again. Then we have Jurassic World Rebirth, which has made $828 million globally as well. Here, and it will likely make another $34 million from Japan as well, which means this movie will get a bit closer to Jurassic World Dominion. But again, this movie isn't performing as well as Dominion, mostly because it's not doing it as well in China compared to Dominion as well here. And yeah, basically it's not doing as well as Jurassic World Dominion, because I talked about this last time. The reason why this movie isn't doing as well as the previous Jurassic World movies, yes, it's doing worse domestically, but there was one market where it's doing way worse, and that is in China. It is doing $200 million less than Fallen Kingdom in China. Okay, so this movie performed similarly domestically to the Fallen Kingdom in the U.S., making $410 million. It would have nearly at $910 million. But it is missing that $200 million from China, which is why this movie has not broken billion dollars, like I think everybody was expecting it to do. But it's still doing very well, in spite of, not doing too well in China, which, as well, given the fact that, China used to make tons of money for these types of movies, but it has only made $38 million in China, which is still a lot of money, but it's not nearly nowhere near the $300 million Fallen Kingdom made in China. So yeah. F1 the movie has made $590 million globally as well. And yeah, this movie's gonna make $600 million globally, which is actually more than I expected it to make. I was saying this movie's gonna make $500 to $600 million globally, simply because of how well known F1 is in Europe, how popular it is in Europe. It seems that this movie is still continuing to make money globally as well. And yeah, I think Sony and Warner are very happy with this movie's success. Then we have Kui. Yeah, never heard of this movie. We probably will never hear about it again. Shin Godzilla got re-release, making $1.6 million. As well as a re-release, so it doesn't count. As well, then we have Together, which has made $21 million domestically, globally. Also, Smurfs is all the way down to 19. But we were told by Hollywood that we wanted another Smurfs movie, and guess what? It flopped. It did not break even. It did not even break even. That's funny. And Elio is somehow still in theaters. Like, who's watching Elio still? Like, I just wonder who's watching Elio. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.